Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. It is Markets in the Morning. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer, bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Welcome to Markets in the Morning. Today is Wednesday, October 9th, 2024. This is Markets in the Morning, where we take a look at the price action of the cryptocurrency market, including the Bitcoin price chart, along with the altcoin market and the United States stock market, which is set to open up here in the next 3 minutes. We'll take a peek over there at precious metals like gold and silver and the US dollar currency index, or the DXY, which has been ripping. I think it's like 102.5 right now. We'll take a look over there at any type of financial news going on out there in the world and any type of crypto news that is going on out there in the world. Not a whole lot has changed out here in the crypto market since the last couple of videos that I've put out. So there's not a tremendous amount to say that is really all that different. I think we're all just kind of regurgitating the same thing in here, waiting for things to get their way to turn back up, as we've seen some life show up here throughout the market. And of course, we all sit here staring at the Russell 2000 to see if this thing is just bull flagging to push its way up in similar structures like we've seen before. But we all sit here, of course, patiently waiting to see if something ends up playing out. Today's video, or today's live stream, will be a little bit different. If you have noticed, it says Fundraiser down there at the bottom. I have never done a fundraiser here on the YouTube channel. However, as you all know, there's been a lot of hurricane damage here in the United States over the last week, and there's a category, currently a category 5, but likely will be a category 4 by the time it makes landfall tonight over there on the western side of Florida. So we'll talk about that. All proceeds from today's live stream, donations, even the ad revenue that is by the ads that are run in the live stream, will all be donated to this cause for Operation Airdrop. So we'll kind of go into that. One thing that you will notice is that typically during live streams, I actually turn all the ads off. So you guys actually don't see any ads when we're doing the live stream. I kind of just keep it flowing. I keep the frog going. We have a good time. There's no ads that run while we're having the live stream. But then once the live stream is over, the ads get flipped on, and YouTube places them wherever they do. So if your viewing experience gets interrupted in the middle of the live stream by an ad, just know that ad revenue is being donated to the cause as well, and the fundraiser as well. So we'll kind of get into that. I'll do a quick look through the market, but then I'll kind of go through that stuff in here. But you know what? It's still Wednesday. We have to have a good time in here, right? Boom.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Okay, I got to turn that volume up. That volume is absolutely not loud enough. Let's just see what this sounds like. Let's see what this sounds like. If this, here, what's that sound?
Hurricane Milton is
come
expected.
On. Go back. There you go. Oh yeah, that's got some bump to it. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good for the next time. All right, so here we go. What's going on with Bitcoin? 61,840. Altcoin market still trying to find a bottom. One of the unique things that's happening out there, of course, is there's just that extreme correlation there between MicroStrategy and Bitcoin. And here in the last couple of days, MicroStrategy has still continued to pop up and go higher, taking out the height that was set back there on July 29th of 2024. Bitcoin's still meandering in here. So what's going on there? Is this an early signal? Is this something else? We're still all just kind of sitting back, waiting to see something go on in there. My thoughts are still, this is just a bottoming being worked out here throughout the market currently right now. We've obviously seen some assets do that. You can see SWE starting to get some resistance happening up in here. Whether it's going to have all that kind of stuff, no bets are off on any of that. I could see that stuff happening in there. The big thing, of course, we're all waiting on is to see if we can get an actual expansion to come in here for the United States stock market. You're all sick of hearing it. I'm sick of saying it. I'm sick of watching it. I'm sick of saying that Bitcoin's not in a new all-time high because the Russell's not breaking out of its retracement levels as well. We're all just kind of sitting back, patiently waiting, twiddling our thumbs for something like that to end up happening. But, could we be working our way out of here at some point soon? Kind of overlaid what the Russell looks like now and what happened during the actual 2017 bull run of the cryptocurrency market when expansions actually took place. This was it. This is your big Bitcoin bull run happening here with the United States stock market. This is your 2017 insanity that happened in there. As for XRP, nothing has changed there ever since that big move that happened last week with the appeal from the SEC. Prices still just hovered and hung out there right now. Interesting thing, of course, is with gold. Gold back down to 26.12 right now, still pulling back in there. I kind of put MicroStrategy on there just to show you that as well. See what we can see. Gold breaks out. What happens? Crypto, everything pauses and waits, but we're starting to see that pop up. And of course, we've been watching to say, hey, there's been a measured move there for gold. Can it actually chill out and stop at some point soon? Maybe. As for the DXY has got a nice pop here off of the lows. Not sure what to make of it currently at this point. We'll keep an eye on it and see how things go. Otherwise, things that I really want to talk about is what's going on here in the United States and why I'm doing the stream the way that I'm doing it today when it comes to a fundraiser, which is something that I've never done. When all that stuff happened with Helene, Hurricane Helene over there, it's one of my things. I really track hurricanes. I watch the hurricane hunters over there on YouTube and on Twitter and really watch what happened. And, my heart really broke for the people over there in Asheville, North Carolina, and Hendersonville, North Carolina, with what's been happening in their area, and Chimney Rock, North Carolina, just getting kind of wiped off the map over there. If you guys recall, back in 2021, I went on a vacation with my wife, and we actually stayed in Hendersonville for 2 days while we were out there. And out of all the places that we visited, it was unquestionable that was our favorite area. Was that Western North Carolina, Eastern Tennessee, Eastern Kentucky, in Western Virginia, not necessarily West Virginia, but Western Virginia, that little area. And that, of course, is the area that's been impacted the most. And you probably heard a lot throughout everything that's gone on that there just hasn't been a whole lot of help. You probably heard a lot about private pilots flying in there to drop supplies and to help in these circumstances. And a lot of this was done by a nonprofit organization called Operation Airdrop. And their primary focus is to get into disaster areas and provide supplies and rescues with private pilots before governments can get in there and do what governments are supposed to do. So they were very active there during Hurricane Helene, and with the major hurricane that is set to hit Florida tonight, it's expected to be catastrophic there this evening over there in Florida. So not necessarily that we're going to be saving people from Helene here in this circumstance, but they played a very vital role in Helene and likely will be active in what's going on there with Hurricane Milton that will be happening in Florida there later tonight. You can go to their website, which is operation-airdrop.com. I'll post a link here in the chat right now. And you can look through their website on your own, but I'll go through a little bit of it here right now. And so they're committed to delivering rapid and effective relief to communities impacted by natural disasters. And our innovative response methods ensure essential supplies reach those in need when it matters most. With airborne disaster relief, organize dedicated volunteers with private aircraft to transport critical supplies directly to affected areas. By leveraging the resources of general aviation, we can provide timely assistance in the wake of disasters. And so you can see on here on their website what they did for Hurricane Helene. With a lot of images, you get an idea of how many flights they flew, how much supplies was delivered. Over 400,000 pounds of supplies was delivered to hurricane victims of Helene just by air, and over 700,000 pounds by ground with Starlink and they were able to rescue 456 lives. And so essentially, these are a bunch of private pilots that get together and do this, right? And I'm certain that you've heard about this. You've probably heard Elon Musk screaming about this on Twitter as well at the same time of private pilots not being allowed in to help. These are images of exactly what they do, and these private pilots with all of their supplies and trying to get in before the governments can get in when these people critically need it most, because government is certainly the most efficient way to do things, right? Just kidding. But so it gives you kind of an idea of what they do in here. I've seen other people use this fundraiser method through YouTube as well, as it makes me more confident. And Elon Musk is one of their super donors as well. So just to kind of give you an idea in here, they don't have a Twitter account or an X account that is active. I would play the audio video of this, or I would play this with audio on because it's very powerful from their Facebook page. However, they do have music in the background that makes me feel a little uncomfortable about playing it. So I don't want to get a copyright strike on here and all these funds get taken away and given to some company who wants the money for the music that gets played. But, it gives you an idea. It says, you made this possible. Our team has been reflecting on the wonders, and we did supporting victims of Hurricane Helene. We can't put towards how thankful we are for nationwide support, ground volunteers, pilots with aircrafts, corporations, individuals, and they all came together to make a difference. So, so you can get an idea. Pilots come here to Sunday. Planes is north of Milwaukee. So people with their private planes, they come in from all over the country to meet at specific locations in order to help deliver all of these supplies. So of course, donations are going to be, big for, I assume, for gasoline, for actual supplies that get delivered. And then these are all just normal civilians that go in and protect these people and help these people in these situations. And if you've never been through a natural disaster before, you've never been through a situation like that, a lot of times with natural disasters, the natural disaster itself is, sure, it's difficult, but it's the aftermath of it that is the hard part. The no electricity, the no water, the no ice, the, no easy access to medications or things like that you need. And this is very powerful to me. I find it very amazing. And so, of course, they're keeping their eyes over there on what's going on with Milton, and they're preparing to do what they need to do. And you can go through their Facebook page on here, and you can see that they're ready. They're getting prepared to have to go in there to Florida to go help. So your donations help, I'm sure, a lot. So again, like I've said, all donations that are made through this live stream today will be going to Operation Airdrop. These donations never touch my hands. So I'm not sitting here. There's no trust that's involved with you having to give me money and then trusting that I'm going to give it to them. It is, they are a registered nonprofit with YouTube. So as you can see, it says fundraiser on here. So all donations, you can see they're in here. It says donated X amount of dollars to Operation Airdrop Inc. That's because it's not going to touch my hands. It's going to YouTube. Now, YouTube normally takes a 30% cut of any donations that are done. So I always sincerely appreciate it when you guys donate it to me, but YouTube takes 30% of it. In these circumstances, 100%, YouTube does not take their cut, and YouTube does the donations directly on your behalf and on my behalf. So there's nothing that I do. I don't even touch anything with any of this. So it's all handled by them. I will not be receiving any of the donations today from today's markets in the morning. This will all go to Operation Airdrop. And also, if you will notice, your viewing experience will be interrupted by ads. And that is because I've set it to that way so that the additional ad revenue will also be included in the donation. So there you go. That's what's going on today. So anyway, and let me go ahead and address people because people have been going pretty wild with donations already in there, and that's very kind and very generous. If you have no idea how much money we can raise, but I think anything is better. So $2, $5, $100, whatever you got, if you want to make any kind of difference, I'm sure sincerely appreciated. And we have a lot of people that came out the gates. Froggy McFroggins, thank you so much. And Eric Martinson, Texas Takeover, John Lively, XP Market. All these guys did $20. Thank you guys very much. And XP Market with 100, man. Thank you. Eric again. And then Anonymous. Look at that. You got an Anonymous 50. Thank you. Nomi's Nerd with 20. Arm Day with 5. Thank you, guys. Anonymous with 5. Eric with another 20. Anonymous with 20. Gator with 100. Eric Martinson with 20. Kevin with 50. Anonymous with 20. Judd with 20. Rich Blickos with 20. Eric again with 20. And again with 20. So this is absolutely amazing. I really wish I could play this video for you guys because it's so powerful. So if you check out their Facebook page, if you have Facebook, you don't even need Facebook to be able to watch this, available over there. Yeah, I wish on my screen it showed me what the total amount is. I think I have to. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up my stream on another page so you can see what our running total is at. There it is. Okay, turn that off. Well, all right, $878. That's amazing. $898. Okay, you guys are killing it. You guys are killing it. So yeah, I'm really, tonight what's going to happen over there in Florida. Right now, it's anticipated to go about 10 miles south of Tampa Bay, but there's enough time for that to change and. This is the difference between something being super mega catastrophic and just being catastrophic is how this thing is going to end up landing tonight. So we'll end up seeing how all of that ends up going. But William Brozinski, he had done a $20 donation to Operation Airdrop as well. And Eric had just again continue with all the 20 bombs, man. Thank you. How am I going to keep up with this? Yults Joey Stacks with 20. David Pontini with 20. Anonymous with 5. Anonymous with 20. Anonymous with 5. Manuel Brusino with 20. Anonymous with 5. Vincent Ingracia with 5. Ali with 100. Man. I wonder what incentive I could do for like hundreds we play a frog or something. It's just a really annoying frog stream the whole time. So make sure I didn't miss anybody. Ali with 100, Brandon Hammond with a 20, Anonymous with a 5, Crypto J with a 20, Eric again with a 20, Kyle Robertson with a 20, Gerard Renison with a 20. Man, you guys are amazing. And then looking at the chat, you just see it flying there. You just see it flying. Truly incredible. Let's see how the stock market's doing now that it's open. Russell is up 1.5 points. The S&P is up 1 point, and the Dow is up 115. Gold is down to 26.08. So that's good. I don't know if I'm probably repeating some of these. Eric with 20, Kyle Robertson with 20, Gerard Renison with 20, Anonymous with 20, Anonymous with 10, Anonymous with 20, Alex Werner with 5, Anonymous with 5, Chris Merrill with 20, Anonymous with 20. I know you guys are probably like, I can't believe I'm hearing all these names get rattled off. Like if you're just a regular viewer and you're like not donating, you're like, this is so much of this, but this is for a good cause. So Crypto J with 20, Leffens with 20, Anonymous with 20, Anonymous with 100. So just some anonymous person comes in with drops a hundo bomb. But look what happens right behind it after that with another anonymous person, a 300 bomb. 300. 300? Yeah, 300 unquestionably gets the frog.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday.
My goodness. Oh boy, what is our running total at? $1,725. Oh boy.
Hurricane Milton is expected to make landfall as a powerful and intense hurricane in Florida today.
Okay. Boy, we're going to struggle today. We're going to struggle, but it's worth it. All right. Jeez. All right. Daniel comes in with a 5. All right. I lost myself. Daniel with a 5. Thank you. Anonymous with 5. Life of Shane with 20. X Ropey 23 with 20. Roger Ken with 50. Hobby Time with Chris 5. Michael B with 5. And let me make this announcement too real quick for those who are watching on the replay. They're kind of like, oh boy, I'm just going to be watching a stream of him reading off names the whole time. If you watch this on the replay, you can always come back to this live stream and donate at any point for the next 24 hours. So I am going to end the fundraiser after 24 hours to go ahead and just get that payment sent off to them and get those funds moving for them to do their own thing. I'm not going to let this run for a week, right? This hurricane is going to be hitting tomorrow. Let's just go ahead and get them the funds as quickly as we can. I don't know how long YouTube will take to distribute that to them, but I just don't want a delay for funds for them to be on my behalf. So I'm going to end the fundraiser tomorrow morning to go ahead and get that over to them. But if you're watching on the replay, you can always still donate as well. Looking at that thing, $1,905. This is truly insane. Truly insane. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm lost, so I'm going to repeat people again. Life of Shame with 20. X Ropey with 20. Roger Ken with 50. Hobby Time with Chris with 5. Michael B, that's where I finished. Michael B with 5. The Siamese Electric with 20. Dominic Rodriguez with 5. Anonymous with 20. Crypto Echo with 50. RW, you guys are amazing. These are not, I know I'm going through them fast, but these are not donations to just scoff at. Like, you guys are being very generous. I mean, $20, just throwing it out there on the internet. $50 internet, right? $5, man. For some people, that's more than they're used to. You guys are killing it. RWK Records with 20. Anonymous with 20. Mr. Nobody with 10. Joseph Alia with 50. Dennis Peck with 20. Anonymous with 5. Eastside Talent with 20. Least Most Wanted with 10. Guys, thank you. Anonymous. I just can't even keep up with this. Anonymous with 20. Chris Lalim with 100. Brian Rochico with 20. It's just Mexican pesos 100, so I don't know what the conversion on that is. But thank you, Chris. Ben Heller, $50. Reflected Digital with 50. Aaron Pettis with 5. Anonymous with 20. Anonymous with 250. 250 for the Anonymous. Here you go.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my
All right, let's see if I can get it to not go to the. There we go. Not go to the next video that time. Thank you, Anonymous. And that, again, another anonymous. We have lots of people who are just doing this anonymously, which is absolutely amazing. Anonymous 20. Anonymous 5. The Mid 20. Bobby B 5. 2A Trader 50. Anonymous 20. Eric Martinson again with 20. Eric's almost earned a whole frog on his own. Chris Edwards 20. Anonymous 50. And Anonymous 20. And JB Estrada 50. These are not baby donations. You guys are. That's amazing that you guys are doing that. Joe Schmidt 20. Anonymous 20. Marky Parky 5. And then Anonymous 50. Guys, thank you. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is a stream that is a fundraiser stream for Operation Airdrop. So right now we're at $2,672 at 23 minutes into the stream. That is crazy. I came into this thinking, man, maybe a little bit. Maybe we can get $500. Maybe we can get 500. Amazing thing. Somebody said, "Where's the TA?" So if you missed the beginning of the stream, right, there's not a whole lot going on in here in regards to hold action. You could see that the interesting thing, of course, is you have MicroStrategy that is broken out into highs. The correlations between these two assets, as we all know, very similar, very close. There's really not many times where there's a divergence. I've tried to go through a lot of these on like times where there was something that was a little different. MicroStrategy led the way down in here. Like it was the first one to kind of pull down to get this pull down. But then, you know, every day on these things are on their way up in here. MicroStrategy set a little new high a couple of days after that new high, but then everything on pace. But this is like totally different, right? Where like, you know, we have the pull down happening in Bitcoin, the pull down, but then MicroStrategy is still continued to go. So we'll see if that's like a foreshadowing of what's heading up in here. As for the market, these things, like this is just the last two videos I've put out, I do feel like they've been complete repeats of each other. I do feel if I put another video out, I feel like I'd just be repeating this stuff once again, all over again. And so we're kind of just in this pause period for things to turn their way up. I'm optimistic, very optimistic, but, you know, we're all just waiting. And, you know, everybody's kind of infighting right now on whether or not the sky is going to fall to the ground or if bottoms are being formed. My personal opinion is, you know, we've already fallen drastically, right? We've rejected off the 702 retrace back in March. We've gone down to preliminary support. We've seen a lot of things do 80% corrections. We've already fallen really far. And we're creating structures that look like reversals to me. So I'm just kind of patiently waiting around for that to confirm itself and prove itself. Right? So there's not a whole lot to look at there. And we all know bull runs, they need this guy. And so just trying to kind of give you a couple examples on what that can look like in there. But we're all just waiting for the Russell 2000 to be able to escape from retracement levels. But things that we want to see, of course, is we want to see the U-turn in gold. We've been talking about that for a week or two now. Gold has been pulling back. What do you know? MicroStrategy has popped up a little bit. So gold falling is the thing we want. You can clearly see as gold enters into this bull run, getting from above $2,000 all the way up to nearly $2,700. Crypto, MicroStrategy, everything just trash, right? We're starting to see gold pull back now. Hopefully, those are good foreshadowings of things to come. Otherwise, we're all just kind of hanging out here, trying to have a good time. I'm trying to do a fundraiser stream, and I've never done one before, so this may, you know, go weird. I don't know. And I hope I haven't lost my spot. I think I have lost my spot. Where did I end on? There it was. I ended on anonymous. So again, if you're just tuning in here and you're wondering what this stream is for, I do feel it's important that I give another detailed synopsis of that so you kind of have an idea of what we're doing here. Operation Airdrop. And so just so you know, this is a fundraiser being run through YouTube. So you could see that all these donations that are coming through, they're saying donated to Operation Airdrop Inc. This money never touches my hands. I don't have anything to do with this. I'm not responsible in providing the money to Operation Airdrop, the nonprofit. YouTube handles all of that. Normally, when you donate to me in the live stream, YouTube takes 30% of that. YouTube does not take any of the money in these donations. So all of it is given to Operation Airdrop. Also, you'll notice that there are ads that are being run in the middle of the live stream. You're not used to that because I turn that off during markets in the morning. But all ad revenue is also being given there. So I figured, hey, I can just run the ads at the same time. We can get the ad revenue, and that can be donated at the same time too. So I will not be getting any ad revenue from this live stream. I will not be getting any donations from this live stream. I've essentially donated that, and all donations that you guys make will go towards this cause. And so what is Operation Airdrop? It's private pilots that fly in and deliver necessities during disasters. They were very active there during Hurricane Helene. And let's see if I can get you some numbers here. During Helene, they operated 6, and so they, essentially, right, what happens? FEMA eventually goes out to these places, right? But how efficient has FEMA been? Not very. These guys played a very massive role in helping during Hurricane Helene. And you probably saw it in the news. You probably saw Elon Musk screaming on Twitter, why are private pilots being, turned away? Why are they not being allowed to do this and that? right? These are the private pilots going through this organization, Operation Airdrop. And so they did over 673 flights with 402,000 pounds of supplies that were delivered by air and over 700,000 pounds during Helene via truck, with Starlinks delivered and private operations to rescue people. Over 456 people were rescued by, which you saw, these private helicopters and all that stuff that happened in there. One of the biggest donors, here's a lot of images of them during Hurricane Helene. These are all private people with private planes that fly in. They meet at a specific airport, and they all operate out of that airport to deliver the goods. And so there's volunteers there carrying around supplies. They load them up onto these airplanes and into these trucks, and they get them off to those areas before FEMA can get there when these people critically need it. So it's very powerful. It's amazing. Volunteers, and this is pretty much what we're doing. And of course, one of their biggest supporters is Elon Musk in there. With Hurricane Milton hitting tonight over there in Florida, it is highly likely there's going to be a lot of disaster assistance that's going to be needed to be done there as well. I would play this video here on their Facebook for you if they didn't have audio going in the background. The absolute last thing that I want to happen is to get hit with a copyright from music on this live stream and lose these funds to some music company or some artist who wants to get the money or royalties for that. So I'm not going to play the audio of this thing, even though it's very powerful. You can check out their Facebook page, facebook.com/OP Airdrop. And here, I'll put a link. I'll put a link right there in the chat right now, so you can check this out for yourself. You can see what they're doing. They are getting prepared for Hurricane Milton that's going to be coming, and they'll, of course, let us know whether or not they're going to be efforts that need to be done there. There likely will, and especially if this thing goes for a direct hit on Tampa Bay. If it goes for a direct hit on Tampa Bay, it is likely going to be absolutely catastrophically terrible. Current forecast put it about 10 miles south of Tampa Bay, and that is a complete difference between utter catastrophe and just standard catastrophe. It will still be bad no matter what, but whether or not it's going to be devastatingly horrid, we'll find out. But no matter what, this is going to be bad, and they're likely going to be operating in there. So anyway, if you'd like to donate anything, everything in this stream, this entire stream is dedicated towards Operation Airdrop. They are a registered nonprofit with YouTube. So all funds and donations that you make go directly to YouTube, and then YouTube gives that to Operation Airdrop. It never touches my fingertips. I'm never responsible for the money. I don't have anything to do with it. It's all given by YouTube. The second I end the fundraiser, which I'm planning on ending tomorrow morning. So Hurricane Milton will be making impacts onto Florida's shores late tonight. And I'm sure the disaster will unfold into tomorrow. So we'll try to get these funds into the hands of these people as quickly as we possibly can. So that is what is going on with this live stream today. There's not a whole lot to talk about changing in the markets besides the things that I've said, outside of how there's some weird stuff here with MicroStrategy popping up, with Bitcoin still just kind of chilling. Otherwise, all the consolidations, all the everything is still just kind of looking the same, with gold pulling back in there. Currently, you guys have raised $3,416, which is crazy. In 32 minutes, we're going at a pace of over $100 a minute for all of this. This is incredible. Okay. I finished on Anonymous with $50. Eric followed it up with a 20. Choke on Bones with a 5, an anonymous donation of 100. That's just amazing to me that somebody would anonymously donate for 100. Sometimes they say, helping people. Sometimes you don't help people just to help other people. You're helping people to help yourself. I don't do things to make others feel good. I do it because it makes me feel good. Right? And that's what I think about with an anonymous donation. I'm doing it for me, right? It makes you feel good to do something. XRP Degen with 5, Anonymous with 50, Clicker 101 with 20, Anonymous with 5, Pax with 20, Anonymous with 5, Ride World with 20, Solo Artist with 5, SoFlow Angler with 100. Amazing. Anonymous with 20. Exceed with 20. Solo Artist with 8. Randy Clark with 20. Gator with 100. Solo Artist with 9. Wait a minute. Solo Artist, I see what's going on here. 589. Hey, we'll take it, brother. Thank you. Eric Martinson with 20. Mr. Nobody with 20. Jim with 5. Levy. Brubaker with 20. Anonymous with 50. Eric again with 20. Eric's got to be at like 15 of these things by now. Sebastian Albers with 20. Ryan Semler with 20. Anonymous with 20. Eric again with 20. Eric Martinson and Reflected Digital with 20. Dandy Ebb with 20. Jazz Neuter with 50. Garen Cooper with 50. Handsome Yeti with 5. And Crypto Burger with 50. You know this is crazy, right? You know this is nuts. For $3,631. How many flights do you think that is? How many flights of supplies do you think that is? That's got to be several. DRFTGTR says, does reloading the stream to get ads generate more revenue? Ads provide very little revenue. I wouldn't worry about doing that. Mr. Nobody says, is this a 24-hour live stream? It is not a 24-hour live stream. Cuddy says, it sounds like an auction. Well done. So let me see if I can see what they're saying about what's coming up. This was 2 days ago. As of 7 a.m., the NHC with flight support for hurricane hunters have sampled Hurricane Milton. Okay, this is back when it was a Cat 3. Now, we're grateful for the increased visibility our organization has received in recent weeks. Thanks to all who have contributed. We are now actively monitoring major Hurricane Milton as it develops in the Gulf of Mexico and have identified 2 potential operating bases for our resources and assets if needed. Our deployments are carefully considered to ensure that they are necessary and valuable, and we only deploy when our air assets can provide unique solutions to legitimate needs. As we transition from fixed-wing missions in the Carolinas, we will keep you informed of our strategy and posture. Thank you for your unwavering support. All right, so this is 2 days ago. Last night, as of 4 a.m., Milton remains a very dangerous major hurricane. When considering your final actions items prior to landfall, it's very easy to be lulled into a sense of complacency because the official forecast calls for some intensification. As it de-intensification. As it de-intensifies, marginally it will widen out, bringing effects larger swaths. So please do not use this to consider your strategy for evacuation. Right. So what makes this so dangerous? The current one that's happening right now is it doesn't matter if this thing drops to a category 3 or if it drops down to a category 2 because it's a category 5 right now. So what that means is there's 50 to 60 foot waves sitting out in front of that thing. And kind of like when you drop a big, large boulder into a hot tub, when you put the waves in motion, the waves are already in motion. Just because the storm gets smaller, it doesn't change the fact that those 50-foot waves are already put in motion, and that storm surge is already in motion and coming. And that's the problem right now. Is most likely going to be storm surge. Not to mention that it's going to be a Cat 4 with 150 mile per hour winds that are going to just rip roofs off of houses. That alone is going to be terrible. But it's always the storm surge that comes in and swallows the whole city. And that's kind of where it's at right now. And that's the major concern happening out there. So good luck to Florida. Hopefully everybody's evacuated. The whole west side of Florida should have evacuated by now or be in the process of doing it today. Eric Martinson with another 20. Sean Everett with 200. Man, you guys are absolutely incredible. I'll go ahead and play the frog so I can get 15 seconds of resting my voice.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday.
There we go. Okay, and no repeat of another video. There we go. All right. There you go. Thank you, Sean Everett. And then another Sean right behind you. Same spelling and everything with a 20. Trippy with 20. Jeez. Now I feel terrible because this is horrible of me. Gian, Jen, Mount Girl. I'm terrible. I'm horrible, man. I'm horrible. But a big fat 200. And I'm sorry. I know you guys are probably sick of it. It's too bad. 200. You get it.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, my dude.
What if it's Gene? What if it's Gene? I'm terrible. Georgian. Whatever. That's why you put Mountain Girl. Thank you for the 200. MMM50 with 20. Anonymous with 20. Bob Johnson with 20. Anonymous with 5. And David V with 20. And we have officially crossed the $4,000 mark in donations at $4,150. Far exceeding what my expectations would be in here. If we walked away with this amount, I would feel that we made some type of difference in some people's lives. Like, there's no way that doesn't at least fill up one of these planes and pay for the gas and pay for all the goods in there to get that done. I'd have to think $4,000 would cover one flight full of supplies at a minimum. Roscoe says, most frogs ever played during a live stream. Absolutely, most frogs ever played during a live stream. So, all right. So, okay, that's what we got going on. So there you go. With crypto, not a lot going on out there in crypto today. You know, up 1%, down 1% happening throughout there. Let's see what the United States stock market is doing. The Russell 2000 is up 10 points today. I think we'll take that. Any type of move up, we'll take over there. And the Russell sitting up 10 points. Somewhat green happening throughout broader markets in there. The NASDAQ is down 5 points. However, the S&P is up 7 with the Dow up 172. The DXY is all the way up to 1028 with gold down to 2609. I think that's the big thing to see if gold can actually get that full-blown breakdown to start kicking itself in at this point. I realize we haven't gone through any of the news yet. Let's go through news. Hey, let's all get depressed on a stream where we're being really positive. I will avoid it on the news. I will avoid it. DOJ indicates it's considering Google breakup following monopoly ruling. Google ordered to open Android App Store and Epic Games trial. CVS and Health FTC should take whatever. Okay, whatever. Crypto. Former Bitcoin dev Peter Todd denies he's Satoshi hours before HBO documentary airs. Crypto majors Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP little change as HBO call. Genie. Pronounced Genie. There you go. I apologize, Genie. What if there was an I in there and I got it wrong the whole time? No, there's not. There's not. Okay. I apologize. Thank you. Little changes. HBO calls Peter Todd the Bitcoin creator. Bitcoin trap between 50 and 200-day moving averages. Bond market volatility spikes. China stocks slide. Moving on over to CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, which I actually just like their format a little bit better on here because we can fly through the headlines. Only 12.7% of crypto wallets report profits on Poly Market. Harris unrealized gains tax could tank markets. Bitcoin following perfect script to chart 150K all-time high this cycle. Building real-world projects using meme-inspired strategies. Peter Todd named Satoshi, which he denies. Who is Nick Szabo, the man some believe is Bitcoin inventor Satoshi? Crypto.com sues SEC to protect the future of crypto in U.S. It's an interesting one there when it comes to Crow. This is one of these ones we had like charted the crashing structure, and these are one of the kind of the one I've been like, how does this play out for this particular asset and not the whole market do that, right? Like, how can we have things like this going on and this going on if you have something like this showing up in here on this particular asset. And it makes perfect sense. The SEC is coming in to sue them right now. This particular one. So this was drawn during markets in the morning. It's just been kind of a waiting game on there. Welcome SEC Wells notice to them. So they've received a Wells notice, but there has not been any formal announcement by the SEC. I think we can all tell what's going to happen when that day comes for Crow. All right, back to the news. Experts hint Donald Trump consider Robinhood executive to lead the SEC. Why is Bitcoin price up today? That must be an old headline. That must be an old one. Either way, we got master MicroStrategy up for some reason, with Bitcoin not following as of just yet. Here we go back to the donations again for Operation Airdrop. Phoenix Ignition had given 20, followed by Michael Rowling with 50. Oh boy, I see Anonymous here with 5. And did you guys see that bomb that came through? Let me go back and see where that came in. Yeah. Jason Emerson with a $500 donation for Operation Airdrop. Jason, thank you. Thank everybody, but thank you. That makes a huge difference. And more frog.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday. Dudes.
Okay, here we go. Absolutely incredible. Thank you very much, man. And everybody, seriously, if you're given $5, like that's where you are in life, right? You do something because it makes you feel good. It's, it doesn't matter how much. If you do something because it makes you feel good, for real. We all see what happens on the television, and again, like I said, I have a connection to Hendersonville and to Asheville, and my heart broke for that whole situation in there. And this was a nonprofit that took very big charge in that whole situation. And with what's coming up here for Hurricane Milton tonight, it's probably pretty likely they're going to be needed for that as well. So kudos to all of you. It's amazing. I don't know if there's a lot I can ramble about with markets, except the Russell is doing well. Russell shift up. Russell, you want to do something, Russell? Maybe get us playing the frog for a market reason. That would be kind of nice. Yeah. Just waiting on it. Any day now. Otherwise, again, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to regurgitate this one more time because I think it's important. And with how good of a job you guys are doing, we are at $4,972 raised in a mere 47 minutes. We've gone at a pace of $100 a minute here, and that is crazy. So. I'm going to talk to you about what Operation Airdrop is and how this is working. So you obviously have probably realized, you're like, why are ads being played in the middle of the live stream? Hey, are you guys getting ads played on you? Yes or no? Are ads hitting you? They should be. Yes. Okay, cool. Yeah. Right. So normally I turn the ads off during the live streams, right? So we don't interrupt the live streams. We're all hanging out, having a good time. We're frogging, we're goofing off and all that stuff. Then when the stream's over, the ads, they get turned on and they get auto-placed by YouTube. But in the middle of the stream, I don't have the ads going. It's just to kind of keep the hour that we are together flowing real smooth. But I did turn it on in here because all donations that are going into this stream are going to Operation Airdrop, and all ad revenue from the stream is going to go to Operation Airdrop. The money never touches my hands. So many donations that you see, you can see it in the chat there. The donations are not to Blockchain Backer. They are to Operation Airdrop Inc. You can see the fundraiser on the bottom right of the screen. If you are on a PC, or I'm not sure where it is on mobile, it's probably right below the stream on mobile, where you can see the number showing up. But definitely if you're on PC, you can see the number that is showing up for donations, which are at $5,053. This fundraiser will end tomorrow morning. I'll just hard end it, and that way the funds can get sent off to Operation Airdrop. I don't know how long it takes for YouTube to do that, but YouTube handles this. Normally, when you guys do donate to me in the live streams, YouTube takes 30% of that, so I get 70% of what your donations are. However, in these circumstances, YouTube does not take a cut of your donation. 100% is donated, and they handle all fees. So they, not only that, but they say they handle the fees too. So whatever fees there are, I don't know if there's like a wire transfer fee or whatever there is to do that, or if they're referring to the 30% when they say all the fees at the same time. So your full donation is being gifted to Operation Airdrop, and it doesn't even touch my hands. So there's no trust that you have to have with me, because it's all happening right through YouTube. And that's a little fundraiser feature, which you see happening here on the channel. And so Operation Airdrop essentially goes into these disaster areas before any government agencies can get in there, such as FEMA. They played a vital role there in Hurricane Helene, and they delivered, I believe it's close to 1 million pounds of supplies. 400,000 pounds by air, 700,000 pounds by truck. Search and rescue operatives, they've rescued over 450 people. And these are private pilots that all meet, load up their supplies, and they fly these in. And so over on their Facebook, you can get kind of an idea of what they do. That these pilots all come together, load up their private planes, and then go fly it into these disaster zones. And as you all know, tonight we're going to end up having Milton make a devastating, catastrophic hit on Florida's west coast. There's the potential that this is utterly catastrophic if it hits Tampa Bay directly. If it goes just slightly south of Tampa Bay by just 10 miles, it's a totally different story. There's still going to be tremendous amounts of disaster and catastrophic damage and loss of life and loss of property and electricity out for weeks likely. But if it's a direct hit on Tampa Bay, it will go down in history as a Katrina-style event if it does a direct hit on Tampa Bay due to the storm surge associated with this thing being a Cat 5 for as long as it has been out there in the Gulf of Mexico. But these people fly into here before government agencies can get in there. You probably saw Elon Musk screaming over there on Twitter about, why are you stopping pilots from getting in? There's a reason why they're talking about delivering Starlinks in here. Elon Musk also is a super donor to here as well. And this just kind of gives you a visualization of what these people do, all these volunteers and loading up these airplanes and loading up these trucks with these necessities of people who are desperately in need. My heart broke when this stuff happened with Helene. When I went on my trip back in 2021, this was the most beautiful place that we were in when we went to Hendersonville and Nashville and the surrounding areas of eastern Tennessee and eastern Kentucky and western Virginia, not West Virginia, western Virginia. And to see those places so ravished and those people so unexpectedly have that happen to them, these were the heroes. These were the true heroes of that time. There's a chance they're going to be needed here when it comes to what's going to happen tonight with Hurricane Milton. And so this entire fundraiser and this entire live stream is dedicated to that. All donations are being, I'm not receiving any donations in this live stream. I'm not receiving any ad revenue during this live stream. So all of it's being designated to the fundraiser. So, and you guys are donating absolutely out of control. That is truly, truly incredible. I'm very grateful that you guys are doing this. It's crazy. And Anonymous had gifted another, after Jason came in with that 500 bomb, Anonymous came in with 20 and Eric came in with like his 20th 20. Adam Walker with 150. Absolutely amazing. Adam, I'll get you a frog in a minute. Let me get through these things. Anonymous with 20. Eric with 28. Nobody, just a witness with 20. Anonymous with 28. Anonymous with 5. Gator with another 100. Anonymous with 5. Bear Sky's mom with 20, Anonymous with 5, and Andy Philpott with 5. So you guys have done a tremendous job. This has already been a raging success, much bigger than I ever thought it would be. The fact that we've raised $5,000 in this live stream for this cause. I don't know. I feel like I've done something for those donated. Hopefully you feel like you've done something if you didn't have a way to think about how you could help in these situations. I know I have felt just like guilty, being like, what can I do? I don't know what I can do. Where do I even do it? I have no clue. And I saw somebody else do this. And so that's when I was like, okay, this seems good to go. And so I hope you guys obviously have found it to hit home too. I can't believe we've raised $5,200. Crazy. Adam. This one's dedicated to Adam and Gator for the hundo and the 150.
It is Wednesday, my dude. It is Wednesday, dudes.
Okay. Okay. That's a lot of frog. You guys really have died. No more frog. No more frog. Anonymous with a 5. Eric, we got with a 20. Eric's going to get his own frog at the end of the stream. It'll be dedicated just to Eric. Anonymous 5. XRP John with 10. Anonymous with 50. Jake with 100, guys. Absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I just keep the stream going because you guys are killing it, and like, there's not much. You know, the stock market's doing okay today. Let's see if the stock market's doing okay. 2202. You got the indexes up slightly. You got gold down. Those are all great things. But you guys are doing a phenomenal job on the stream. Just crazy. I feel like I've repeated people, but I've got to get Jake. Jake with the hundo, and then Anonymous with 20, and Eric with 20, and then Anonymous with NOK 160. I don't know how much that is, but thank you so much. Thank you so much. Putting us at $5,435 raised for Operation Airdrop, which was the big, huge news there during Hurricane Helene, and likely to be pivotal for a lot of people in the coming 24 to 48 hours and 72 hours after the storm ravishes the west coast of Florida. And I do know a lot of my audience does not reside in the United States. Only 40% of the viewers who watch this YouTube channel reside in the United States. So 60% of people are probably just like, whatever. We all deal with our own stuff. Yeah. 43% of the audience is in the United States. 43%. So that means 57% of people don't live here. I wish I could break that down by state. How many people who watch are in Florida? Oh, here we go. Okay, 8.9%. No way. Okay. Of that 42%. There we go. 3.75% of my audience, of my entire audience that watches me throughout the entire world. So like 3 to 4 out of every 100 people are in Florida. So look around you. There's people in chat. Yeah, 3 to 4 out of every 100 are in Florida. XRP John with 50, and then Anonymous with 50, and Austin with 10, bringing our running total now up to $5,552. I'm truly floored by this. I don't know what I'm going to think. I'm going to get off this live stream. We're going to stop it, and I'm going to sit there and think for a minute and say, wow, that happened. I didn't expect that. Truly amazing. So again, if you're on the fence about it, you're like, oh, I don't trust giving money that he's going to donate it. I would feel the exact same way. Just know this is handled through YouTube. That's why you do see it here in the chat where it says Operation Airdrop. I don't handle any of it. It's a fundraiser run through YouTube. They send all the donations. I prefer it that way. I don't want to have to take the responsibility of donating any of it. It's all handled straight through YouTube. Andy Philpott with a hundo. Thank you, Andy. And Eric with another 20. Eric, have you kept tallies on how many it is? I don't know. It's been so many how many you've done. Sebastian says, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina here. I moved here 2.5 years ago. Yeah. So I stayed in Hendersonville. Eric is over 260 now. I believe that. Right. So if you like are on the fence about it and you're like, I'm going to come back to it and I'm going to do it another time, just note this will run through tomorrow. You can always come back to the live stream later and you can still do it. Thank you, Derek. Eric says, people will need this more than me right now. Yeah, if you haven't been through any type of natural disaster, which I think most people have been through some form of a natural disaster, you have some life experience you can draw on, right? Maybe that time you were scared of a tornado, or maybe a big blizzard that knocked out power, or an ice storm, or an earthquake, or a hurricane. I bet somebody can draw on something that they've been through, right? But Eric again with that 20, and Andy Philpott with the 100, Anonymous with 20, and then Greg P with 20. Guys, thank you all so much. We have hit a total of $5,691 in this stream, which is something I didn't think would end up happening at all. I mean, I dreamed of it, but not like realistically. I thought, man, I'm going to be embarrassed if we don't get at least 500. And then, but in my mind, it was like, I think if we got like 2,000, that'd be an awesome number. But this right here, you would think this would buy at least a whole plane, maybe 2 planes worth of stuff in here. I'm not going to have to read this. Organizations of pilots and ground crews specializes in getting in the short, unimproved areas before the roads are open and before the government has an opportunity to school up their pilots' rescues. So we've seen pilots have come here to Concord since the beginning of Sunday. We've had planes from as north as Milwaukee. I flew in today from Charleston. The actual airport is East Cooper. Lima Romeo Oscar. We have had a Cessna Caravan from New Jersey. I'm flying in from Knoxville, Tennessee. We had the DC-3 over here. It just came from New York. We left Charleston, South Carolina this morning, brought up a load of supplies and some people to help load. We also, there's an air, this is just silly that I'm even reading this. You get the idea of what's happening here. You get the idea. Anyway, that's what you're donating to. You guys have done a phenomenal job on all of it so far, and I don't know what else to say except gratitude and thank you. And I feel proud of what the community is. What we did as a community is amazing. All right. I followed up San Diego Sherry, Cherie, I think it's Sherry. Yeah, Sherry with 100. Amazing. John F with 50. MMM50 with 50. Eric Martinson with 20. Anonymous with 20. Austin with 20. And David Carew with 20. You guys are absolutely killing it and crushing it. And we have reached a target of, we've hit $5,991. Now $6,010. Truly amazing. After Eric pushes that $9 through. I think he tried to get it right there at that $6,000, but somebody else did 10. So there you go, guys. Truly amazing. So I'm going to leave the stream going, or I'm going to leave the fundraiser going. You guys can, of course, continue to donate throughout the coming day. Just come back to the stream. You can keep an eye on it and check on it. Share it with your friends. And yeah, I don't know. Do I just sit here? Do I just sit here and wait? The problem is my voice runs out because I have to keep talking for so long, and I know that my voice hits that 1 hour mark, and I can already tell that I've reached exhaustion. Oh, geez, even my wife's in there. Hang out with us, BCB. BC Backer, thank you for using your platform to help the unfortunate. It was one of those things more of feeling guilty that I couldn't do anything at all. You know, you kind of want to be out there and do it, but that's not help, but that's not reasonable. Connor says, was this your idea, BCB? I actually got the idea from someone else. As you guys, if you've been listening to me in Markets in the Morning, I've been telling you, I've been doing gardening to kind of like pass time, right? And I watched this guy called the Millennial Gardener, and he always starts his videos with, "What's growing on, everybody?" Anyway, the bro lives in North Carolina, and he had done a live stream recently, and he had done this Operation Airdrop place, and so like I went and researched it as well after he had done that, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's a fantastic idea. Let's roll with it. And so yeah. You know, why not, right? Michael McFarland says, BCB, do you expect the Russell to expand by the end of the year? Timing is an absolute nightmare, dude. Timing is an absolute nightmare, dude. Look at this thing. It has just stuck here the whole time. I would love to give you a reasonable guess. You know, we're all just at the mercy of it on a timing guess. So, all right. So we got Andy there with 20. We got Anonymous there with 5. We've kind of crossed over the hour mark at this point. We've gotten to over $6,000, guys. I'm truly grateful for you. I can't wait to share that with everybody. That this happened. And you did amazing. There's not a tremendous amount to say about the market today, right? This is the dictator. I think we all know this. This is our dictator. to get out of here. Kind of looking at a couple examples of those things and how they can play, like in the examples of actual expansions that have happened in markets. Though I was just waiting on these things to resolve themselves, and I just do feel like I'm wasting my time repeating that over and over again. But I can show you things that are kind of developing, right? Of course, you've seen MicroStrategy start to get above those highs that were set over there on July 29th. That definitely is bizarre behavior to happen in there, to see those deviations happen there. Bitcoin and them obviously go together. Pretty much MicroStrategy is a Bitcoin business. Very unique to see that element to start to show itself up in there. But we're all kind of waiting at this point. So. DNW, you keep using T as an example. It's because the chart is so clean. What are your thoughts on taking are there your thoughts on it taking a run like SUI? SUI has obviously shown tremendous power over anything else in the market at this point. And like, man, I'm just not going to be surprised if there's extreme volatility with SUI happening right in here. Just not going to be surprised in the least bit. But the thing I'm looking for more is actually more controlled action coming out of here for TIA and for most of the market. I don't think this chart is not showing in any way that it's acting independently compared to the rest of the market. All the rest of the market's doing the same thing. So I'm not looking at this and saying, look, this one's acting very different than everything else. No, it's just a very clean example we can use in here. SUI is doing more of its own independent thing. Of showing more strength. It hasn't gotten, I was going to draw a line there. It hasn't gotten out, but I won't be surprised when it does. Greenlander says, first time catching you live. Good man. Oh, thank you guys. Anonymous with 5 and anonymous with 5 and anonymous with 5. You guys, thank you all very, very much. Surfing Cam with 20 for Operation Airdrop. We've clearly come out the gates. We've absolutely crushed it. We have slowed down a little bit here over the last 20 minutes. So I think I'm going to kind of start going through the wrap up in here, unless you guys want to come flying in. With the fundraisers. Otherwise, we'll start going through our wrap up here in just a couple of minutes. As for the U.S. stock market, though, you have all the indexes up. You have mixed day over there in crypto. I think slightly down over there in crypto, right? Yeah, slightly down over here in crypto. Everybody's focusing over there on the DXY. Not sure how much juice that DXY has in there. Right, this is one large range in here. I definitely would be very silly picking. We go here, then here, then here, or we go now we're done, and then we go here and here. I think I'm probably looking for more developments that look more clear. I don't have a read to sit here and say what comes next on short term or medium term, or where this thing is going to stop, or if that's all the juice that it has right in there. I don't have that. Right? I mean, you could draw your little trendies. You can say, hey, that's a breakdown, and that happened right there. How confident am I in that? Not very. XRP has continued to hold after all the chaos of last week, and but we all know we're all just waiting for that to do that, and that we could enjoy our lives. So, all right, there we go. You got a couple of them coming in through once I put a little pressure on there. Eric with another 20, Anonymous with 10, Anonymous with 6, Anonymous with 20, and Mr. Nobody with 20, Free Kip with 20, Anonymous with 5, Gator with another 100. Absolutely amazing. So again, this is all going towards Operation Airdrop. Thank you all very, very much. Eric with another 20 and Anonymous with another 5. What's our running total at right now? $7,286. It's incredible. All right. Anonymous with 50. How am I supposed to stop now? So that's the thing. If you guys are at like $100 a minute, there's no way I can stop. Right? Oh, yeah, you're killing it now. Eric with the 20, Anonymous with 5, Anonymous with 50, MMM50 with 50, and Anonymous with 20. Oh, maybe we get $7,020. Okay. 7020. All right. All right. That's what we do. All right, that's what we do. We keep going until the live hits $7,020. That's what we do. Right now we're at $6,376. That has to be enough for 2 airplanes worth of stuff and the gas. That has to be enough. Oh, Dennis Wayne coming in with 100, getting us one step closer. Eric contributed so much. He's not getting enough credit for all these 20s that he's doing. If he came in and just dropped one big fat 500, that would have been insane, of course. But that's pretty much what he has done with all these 20s. It's been incredible. Anonymous with 5. Putting our total at 6,481. All right. Let's go, because there's only like 1,000 people in here right now, so I can actually keep up with the chat. Eric with another 20 and Anonymous with another 5. Gabriel, Raquel, Rivera, Barrios. Jeez, that's a name. With 20. Thank you. If the live hits AK, I will donate 500 more. Oh my gosh. There's no super chats to read. Oh, that's right. There's no super chats. That's the other thing making it easier to read the chat. Teflon donated 20. Thank you. Amstelavox says, how relevant is the reverse repo? Yeah, it's hard to say the reverse repo has any effect anymore, right? Let's see if we can add it. We haven't looked at this in, 6 months. There it is. Yeah, it's just, again, these are these things where I just say, right, like, we have to, people are just like block reward having, right? And it's just hard for me to agree with any of that block reward having stuff when you can just really line up macro elements happening in broader markets and when things happen in crypto and the timing of these things on how they play out. I'm not so sure there's really much to read in it anymore at this point, right? Like at this point, it was more of being like, look, it's really compressed. It's really, is it reversing? Is the floodgate going to open and is the money going to come out, right? And the money came out, right? We were writing about that and talking about that back in, over a year ago. And definitely that reversal point of the money saying we're done, no more, is right when the market reversed its way out of here. Is there anything to draw like in the past? Like, right. It's just a bunch of noise when it's this low, right? I don't know how to read anything from that down in here at all. Right. I would think if the money just started back in there, right. That's not good. Right. That's not good. But I don't know if there's much signal to take from it anymore. So we had Dennis with 100. I think I fall behind. I know I got Gabriel, Teflon, Anonymous with 20, Dennis Wade with 50, Anonymous with 20, Anonymous with 20, Anonymous with 250, and then Eric with 114. What is going on, Eric? Anonymous and Eric. Amazing. Here you go.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday, dudes.
There we go. Running total at 7,020. Eric, that's what's up. Eric got us to 7,020. Woo. And Eric earned that big old frog right there at the end. Guy's amazing. Amazing. Anonymous with the 250. I mean, just to come in here anonymously and do 250. And we have no idea if that's another anonymous person who did 300 earlier. No clue. Or not, or what. You just did it anonymously to feel good. So good job. I'm shocked we got this much money raised for this cause. And but the cold hard reality is it's going to be a rough ride for Florida there over the next week. And keeping them in your prayers for tonight. So I'm very grateful for your support. I'm grateful that we were able to do this. I'm grateful for you tolerating the ads that you've probably gotten on there. Again, all that ad revenue is going to be donated to them as well. And this was just a charity stream. So you guys did it. You guys crushed it. We got the $7,020. I definitely didn't expect that today. And just eternally grateful for this community and the good people that felt like doing something nice today. So I think that's a perfect way to conclude it. Free Kip says, why would one feel guilty? I'm just curious. Why didn't we didn't cause the disaster? I'm just curious of your reasoning behind that. That's a good question. I guess I felt like inside there was something I could do. I felt like there was something I could do. But I wasn't doing anything. Like there was a desire in me to want to do something, but I wasn't doing anything. And that made me feel guilty. Oh, Brian. Oh, boy. Why did BCB go to the doctor? Because it was Wednesday and his voice was feeling froggy. Thank you, Brian. So, all right, there we go. We hit a big, huge number, guys, and that was contributions from all of you and your amazing work. The fundraiser will conclude tomorrow morning. If you guys decide to come back and add a couple more bucks to it, it'd be amazing. But otherwise, we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up, and I'm very grateful for you guys. We'll hold off on the newsletter pitch. We'll hold off on the bcbacker.com pitch. This is just we'll just keep it strictly to what we came here for today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. We'll give you one more frog on the way out the door for all of you, it's for everybody. And the people who even just tuned in and tolerated all the names being read off and everything like that. Thank you for being here too.
It is Wednesday, my It is Wednesday, dudes.
But all right, that's going to be it, guys. $7,020 raised. And we'll see what that turns into by tomorrow, but I'm going to guess the vast majority of it is still right here. So, all right, that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for your contributions to Operation Airdrop. I hope you have a wonderful day. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you could, please like the live stream and give it a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.